Hi, it's Yuko Miki from Honeyberry Studios, and welcome to my Let's Draw Vegetables tutorial. This is the first of the three-part food drawing series, and we're going to draw tomatoes, cucumbers, and bell peppers in this tutorial. I'm a gardener and get my creative inspirations from my gardens all the time. Fruits and vegetables are so beautiful, and they're my favorite subjects to draw. We're going to create these drawings with Koi watercolor pocket field sketch box sets, size 1 black Pigma Micron pen, and a mixed media drawing pad. The Koi watercolor sketch box sets come with 24 fun and bright watercolors to play with, a water brush pen, a detachable palette, and 2 sponges to wipe your brush with. First, let's fill our water brush with some water. You can also work with a regular watercolor brush and just have water in a separate container. That works fine too. For this water brush, all you need to do is to squeeze the water out by pressing the water well between fingers. For our tomato drawing, let's pick up a couple of shades of red here. Push the brush to squeeze water out and mix the colors on your palette. And draw some circles and fill the shape with wet paint. You notice I'm adding paint to a wet layer of paint here. By doing so, you get a nice, soft, diffuse look as the colors mix. It's called wet and wet technique. It's a really fun technique, and you should definitely experiment to see how two colors blend together when you layer two wet paints. Okay, maybe some green tomatoes too? Let's mix some greens and yellows and create light yellow-green colors. We need to let the paint dry before we can add pen drawing to this. So let's set this aside and paint cucumbers and peppers next. For the cucumbers, let's mix some greens and yellows. Again, squeeze the water out of the brush to pick up the colors. I'm going to draw a couple of chubby cucumbers here, and a long skinny one. For the skinny cucumber, I'm going to use some of the darker greens. Okay, let's add a couple of lemon cucumbers too. Lemon cucumbers are yellow and round and very cute. It'll add a nice variety to this piece. While the other paintings are drying, let's paint our bell peppers. I love how bright and colorful bell peppers are. I don't think I can pick a favorite, so let's draw them with several different colors. When you look at them from the front, they're usually bell-shaped with a few lobes. I'm going to draw 2 smaller lobes on both sides, with a larger lobe in the middle. Let's continue using the wet on wet technique to blend colors for these. You can draw a couple of green ones, a yellow one, an orange one, and maybe a bright red one. Okay, so your tomato painting should be pretty dry by now. Let's make sure it's dry. It should look matte and not shiny, and it shouldn't feel cool or wet to the touch. For the tomatoes, we'll add little stems on top. Let's draw the little stem first and add the seed ball around like a tiny starfish. You can draw the stem close to the top or somewhere in the middle. Since tomatoes are round, it doesn't really matter which way is top and which way is bottom. For the cucumbers, let's start with a small circle on top where the fruit was attached to the vines. And draw lines from the little circle towards the bottom of the fruit. You can make the lines slightly curved to fit the shape of the cucumbers. And the long and skinny one doesn't have much of a curve to it, so the lines are more straight. The lines are closer together for this cucumber. Okay, the lemon cucumber is a little bit different. They have more distinct features compared to the regular cucumbers. Draw curved lines from the top to the bottom, outlining the round shape of the fruit. And let's add some prickly bumps on the surface to add interesting textures. Moving on to the bell peppers next. I'll draw lines along each lobe. Do you see the little dip where the two lobes meet? You go from the top to the bottom, connecting these dips. And they're going to be slightly curved to show their plump shape. And draw a stem at the top. Alright, we're done with our watercolor vegetables. I'll show you how to draw berries in my next video. Stay tuned!